Welcome to my channel. You are watching Tanya's Book Tea, okay? So I wanted to get on here real quick, y'all. I was supposed to did my video yesterday, and y'all, I got sick Friday towards the end of work day. Y'all, 2 words, Mexican food, okay? And I was not able to get on here. Thankfully, I got my life back together. Thank you, Jesus. But I'm sure I lost about 5 to 6 pounds this weekend. So I wanted to get on here and first of all, thank you guys who are watching my channel. Thank you for the new subscribers. I appreciate you and love you. And if you are watching me, that's because you are a book lover like me. And, you know, we love to support our community and so forth. So I'm going to get into this video. Y'all, I'm trying to drink some hot water with lemon. It's supposed to settle your stomach, just so you know. I don't go to work and have a replay. Can I get a refill? Can I get a refill? Okay, Willow, if you hear that in the background, that's my dog scraping her nails on my sofa. Now she looking like, who, me? Yes, you. Relax. So, before I get into the books that I have read, I do want to apologize and say that I didn't read all that I was supposed to have read. And that is because in between the bathroom and the bed and the bathtub, I was writing on my book. So for those of y'all who don't know, quick version, I am writing my own novel. And y'all, I am trying to get it done before the end of this year. I'm pretty sure I will be done within a month or two. So I don't want to rush it. I've been working on it far too long. Okay. But yeah, so it is coming to an end. So I dedicated myself to doing that. Now I did, before I took a turn for the worse, Saturday morning, I did try to get into the book of the month, which I need to hurry up and get this done. But, you know, this is a short book. So all I got to do is just focus. And once I focus, this book will be gone. I mean, not gone. Be done within a day or two, okay? Normally, it would be done within a day. But because I work for a living, it'll be done probably in 2 days, but I need to make sure that I get it done before our book club meeting next month. So this is one of our June picks, and as you all know and can see, this is Kennedy Ryan's Before I Let Go. So yeah, so I did read the beginning, which is, I think, is sort of like what we know as the prologue. So I did read that little introduction with Josiah, and then maybe like 1 or 2 pages of chapter 2. So needless to say, I barely did anything. Okay, so but I am reading that. Okay, but I do want to get into the books that I have read real quick. But also remember, if you watch my last video, I did say that I knew that I had more books. Well, how about my other books was upstairs in my book bag. Okay, says book a day, read more, cry less, keeps the mental breakdown away. It was in here, y'all. So when I was looking for it in my cabinet, that's why I couldn't find it, because it was in there. So Willow, you are being really disruptive. I don't know, y'all. If it ain't Bishop, it's her. Like, do your dogs do that? Like, wait till you get on camera or wait till you get on the phone, and then they just want to be noisy. Any other time, they sleeping like they were third shift 12-hour days. But as soon as I get on here, they want to make noise. They want to bark. They want to do this. They want to do that. Yeah, so she doing her thing this morning. So I guess it's Willow's turn. So bear with me. If you have pets and you're a pet lover, you understand. So give me that grace on that, okay? All right, so this book right here is a book that I had purchased when I went to my jobs conference retreat in Denver, Colorado. And they had a bookstore inside there, inside the hotel. And I'm telling you, I have not even finished this book. I started reading it on the plane, but I was sitting with my boss and a coworker, and I'm slap dab in the middle. And y'all, I decided to close the book and watch a movie. And I watched Housemaid. And girl, that was crazy. That was crazy, which is also a book. And so I hate that I seen the movie before I read the book. But anyway, it was a free movie. So this I started on. It's called The Lost Bookshop. It says, how far will you go to find your story? And for time's sake, I'm not going to read the back of it. But it just says, on a quiet street in Dublin, the Lost Bookshop is waiting to be found. So I read it. I do admit I did read it. It sounded very interesting. So I purchased it. It was only $8.99 for the book. Okay. The next book that I have is Mitch Albom, called The Stranger in the Lifeboat. This is an old book. This is from the same author who wrote Tuesdays with Maury. And this is God-centered. This is about someone's experience, I believe, with God. And I love reading those types of books as well. So this one right here is going to be something that I want to read because, like I said, this is not a new book. So I have started reading this book. I'm on 102 on this book. So I got several things going, y'all. Several things going at one time. But I know I'm not by myself because before the whole book talk and booktubers, I never thought that people did this, like read multiple books at one time. I thought it was a little bit insanity, but now I see like there's a bunch of crazies out there that do the same thing. Okay, all things bookish. All right, another book that I got that I've heard so much about. I am new to this author. I'm new to a lot of these new people because, like I said, I've been off the scene for a minute, just lifing. But this is by Emily Henry, and it's called Funny Story. And I love funny books. I love books that have like a cute little meet cute or whatever. Not saying that this has this, but I just thought that, you know what, I'm going to get this book and see what all the fuss is about. So, and the cover is cute. So, blue, one of my favorite colors. So, yeah, so I got that book as well. Again, I'm not going to read the back of it because of time's sake. Also, another one that I've been hearing on everybody's lips is Curvy Girl Summer. And this is by Danielle Allen. And I believe this is a series. So, I'm not sure where this is in the series, y'all. So, bear with me because, like I said, I'm new to this. Let me see. Sometimes, though, in books, I think they kind of got away from it. But they would normally have, like, in the first page or two, it will tell you, like, the series. You know what I'm saying? I have not been seeing that lately from these authors here. So, that's kind of disheartening. So, I guess we all count on Google for everything, huh? So I guess I'm going to have to Google and find out what the other ones are in the series because I know for a fact it is a series. But I can't wait to get into this. This is a Black author. And so, yeah, I can't wait to jump into it, y'all. Excuse me, but I'm still searching and still hoping that she has the list in here. But no, I don't see the list. It is 357 pages. I love the front cover of the book. I love the representation of that. Not everyone is slim. If you slim, that's all well and good. But if you not, I love how we being celebrated, because years ago you didn't see this at all. Like, it was not even acceptable to put somebody on there unless they was a size 0, you know. So I love the fact that she is curvaceous, and look at her. She matching earrings and dress and everything matching. Okay, sister girl. All right, she got the big hair going on, and brother is just all up in her, smelling her like you smell like lavender and coconut. So anyway, I'm pretty sure that this is going to be spicy and juicy. From what I heard, unless y'all ain't telling the truth, I heard that it's a good read. The next book that I got, y'all, is a gift from my son. And he bought this for me for Mother's Day, along with another book. Where's the other book? I may have already showed y'all the other book. But he bought this for me. And this is called Judge Stone. This is another one that I hear everyone talking about. This is with my boy James Patterson. Now, I know James. Okay. Viola, I know her as a fabulous black actress from How to Get Away with Murder. Okay. So this collaboration, I'm excited to read this, y'all. I love his books. I can't say enough about his books, the way that he does his storytelling. So I am so interested to see how this matched up. But yeah, so can't wait to get into that. Okay. Along with Harlan Coben and James Patterson and John Grisham. Yeah, that's my jam. So, but I think I'm going to read this probably like towards the fall. It's giving fall vibes, you know, with a throw blanket and some hot chocolate or, you know, hot tea. So, yeah, I'm going to see about this maybe later on in the year. So, don't come at me, because they'll be like, Tanya, you didn't even do a review on that. The next book that I got is Emily Griffin, Heart of the Matter. And I got this. I want to say I got this from Ollie's. I got this from the used book sale from the church, because how I know, it has a little red dot. So they had like red dots and green dots and orange dots to tell you as far as the pricing. Very inexpensive to my knowledge. It might have been $5. All the books that I got from there was between $5 and $6. So yeah, so those are the books that I have. And then this is the last one that I have. This is called Legend Born. So this right here is, I think, more so like vampires, if I'm not mistaken. And I've done all the Twilight series years ago, you know, when Twilight was Twilighting. I have all the books. Don't ask me where they at. I cannot find them. So, yeah, I bet you they're in the same box in the attic with my other books. And, yeah, and I don't know what they look like, y'all, or hopefully they're not destroyed. But if they're not in there, I'm pretty sure they're in my garage. And me and my husband has set plans to get in there and clean that garage out. And so hopefully I will find all my book treasures to add to my growing collection. Because y'all, these books that I got here, this is all from the month of April to now. Like all these books that was purchased. Now the books over on this side, And one day I'm going to show y'all my cabinet. But the books on this side here, if you see, these are books that I've already had. These are like my Christian books and garden and healthy eating books over there. Those are books that oops, sorry y'all. You know what? And I'm not even cutting that out. Those are the books that I have been continuing with. I never stopped with that. But as far as my novels and just easy reading, I stopped a long time ago and I'm just getting back to it. So yeah, so those are the books. But as far as the books that I purchased since April, let's see, let's do a count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 35, 37, 39, and then these right here, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. And then not the two that my son bought me. So I have, that one over there before I let go, 50. I have 50 books that I purchased from April. Okay. So yeah, that's a lot of books. But I forgot to say this book here, Jody Ellen Malpass, called The Resurrection. It's a dark romance. And then here's another one that goes to it called The Rising. Y'all let me know if there's a book 3 to it, but I haven't gotten to read that one yet. This one right here is a series. I only read Crown of Midnight, Sarah J. Maas. But y'all, I love how these books here have that on there on the pages. So yeah. All right, so let's get into it. Let's get into the books that I have read. Let me fix y'all without dropping y'all. I don't want to drop y'all like my favorite chef. If y'all wondering, who is my favorite chef? Just open up your Bible. He's in there. But he was dropped, okay? And he was dropped so hard that it crippled him. All right? So, anyway, this right here is another little thing that I got from Ollie's, y'all. I love it. It looks like it has like you writing in cursive on it. It's a nice, smooth, like faux suede cover on it, and it says, "You have been in every line I have ever read," by Charles Dickens. And y'all, this also I got from Ollie's. Where is it? I'm trying not to wake Bishop. I got this for $2.99. It's a Harry Potter pop-up. Isn't that cute? I love it, love it, love it. And I need to get all of those books because when I say I love me some Harry Potter. Okay? So, anyway, the books that I have read. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. All right, so the first books that I have listened to, I should say, because I don't have the physical book, but I saw that they don't have the physical books. Oh, baby, I would have already purchased them. Okay, they are the Danger series. Okay, the Danger Family series, y'all, by Indica Carter. I'm telling you that if you want spicy You want spicy. When I say hot, steaming hot, you want to read these series, okay? If you are more of a warm, or if you're lukewarm, don't even click on it. I'm just gonna tell you, because you're gonna be traumatized. But if you like spicy, you want to read or listen. I keep saying read, but I heard them all on Audible. And when I say I ate them books up, like boom, boom, I was done. I was listening to them whenever I had anything going on. I had my headphones on and I was just listening to them, and I sped right through those books. But the first book is called Tempted by Danger. Y'all, I don't even have to write much, because when I say I remember those books. The second book was called Captivated by Danger. The third book is called Intrigued by Danger. So, without spoiling it, because I hate a spoiler alert. I hate when people do it with books, and I hate when people do it with movies, okay? Don't tell me unless I say tell me. And I ain't heard y'all say anything, so I'm not going to spoil it for you, okay? But I will say that they're good. As far as the synopsis of the books is really based around a wealthy black family whose last name happens to be Danger, okay? And they are powerful. They have a powerful business, and like any other story, okay, because I feel like one of the things that kept me from giving it higher than a 4, and I really struggled with giving it a 4, because I felt like I wanted to give it a 3.5. After I said all that about it being spicy, I struggled between a 3.5 and a 4 with it, because I felt like it was predictable. Okay? If I had to say anything which some may consider negative, I felt that it was predictable. And I don't like a book that is necessarily predictable from the jump. And I felt like from the jump, I already knew how it was going to play out. Now, did I know every single thing that was going to take place until I found out what happened at the end? No. There was some shocking surprises in there, but it was regular girls who fell in love with these brothers, okay? And they all had their own issues. They all had, the looks, but they had their issues mentally up here. Either they was, self-serving or self-centered. They were rich. They was used to everybody jumping to everything that they said. No one told them no. You already know what time it is. You already know that vibe that it was on. And so here come the gorgeous average girl who isn't used to that lifestyle, and mouthy, and you not gonna tell me, and yeah, I'm impressed with what you got, but she's standing on her own. And each woman that hooked up with each brother, from Declan to all of them, they were in that type of relationship, okay? So they are having crazy sex, wild sex, okay? There is the dominant and the submissive type situation going on with the brothers, and the pops, the leader of the pack, he's the same way, okay? Even though he's married to their mom, he's doing his own thing and still married, okay? So it's messy. It's is it reality? I don't know. I guess, these books got to come from somewhere. There are a part of the world where people are actually living like this. Some of the sex scenes was just like a little bit Like, what on earth am I reading? Like, I felt like I wanted to go and lather up and take a nice hot shower because they were like crazy. But yeah, my husband benefited from some of the chapters. I'm gonna take a sip on that one. But yeah, so it was good. It was predictable. I don't know what else to say without spoiling it. But yeah, it just goes to show you that the whole time I was reading the books, and this is my honest opinion on it, y'all, listening to the books, there I go again, is that I kept saying, who would do this? Who would allow this? Who would accept this? And you know what? I believe that money will rule people. Like, I believe if it was the same type of brothers, because they was all black, the same type of brothers that was pulling some of the stunts that these danger boys was doing, sister girl, I'm telling you, ain't no sister would have tolerated it. I think that they had crazy money, and because they had crazy money, it allowed them to speak to them in a certain manner and them still act like, I still want to sleep with you type thing. So some of it I did not like in that aspect where it had the FMC to sort of seem like she was desperate. You know what I'm saying? I always like to see an independent FMC, But at the end, the women came up on top, I guess, for lack of better analogy. But yeah, they came up on top and they caused the brothers to bend, in more ways than one. All right, so enough of that, y'all. So, it's too early in the morning for that. Too early in the morning. So, the next one is Till I Say When. And that was by Natasha Rayner. And again, I did the Audible for it. You know how when you read certain books, as soon as I finished reading the Danger series, this came up in my thing saying things I may want to hear. I'm like, oh, so y'all think I'm nasty, huh? Like, what? So, y'all, I read it because the cover art on it had the dude on there looking, okay, yeah. Yeah, he was looking bad. The one your mama warned you about, the one you, he ain't trying to wife you, okay? Yeah, he was on the cover of the book. So, this book here, which I haven't heard anybody talking about, and I gave this book 4 stars, okay? 4 stars it got from me. And it is about the main character, the MCM in the book. His name is Wild Hunter. And when I say that was a perfect name that Natasha picked for him, because he was wild, okay? So it was Wild with an E. So Wild Hunter was his name. He was this hood dude, okay? He was from the hood. He was quick-tempered. He ain't play. He wasn't no joke. People that, they already knew what time it was when it came to him. And because of his childhood trauma, he didn't believe in love, okay? So here we go with that. So he didn't believe in love. And, it's not the same old, because sadly it is our truth, from our culture. So I feel like this author was just telling what our culture looks like so that we can identify with it. I do that in my book, right? This book that I'm writing now, I do that so that the reader can relate. It may not be my personal experiences on every page, but I feel like I've seen this type of person, or I know this type of person, right? So yeah, so with this book, Till I Say When, he's never been in love. He doesn't believe in love. And his father was a pastor of a church, but his father was shysty. His father was preaching in the pulpit and living a whole nother life outside the pulpit, which sort of turned him off from church, okay? So he didn't believe in, the things of God because the man of God that was running his household was full of it, okay? So his mother, she was a first lady. She was coming in there with her first lady outfits, hats. You know how it is, especially in the Baptist church. They come to kill, right? Every Sunday is Easter Sunday. And that's no disrespect to the Baptist fellowship, but that's just how it is. So anyway, she was really devastated by all his drama, all his cheating, all the different women, and she started drinking, y'all. And she started drinking and drinking and drinking to the point she became an alcoholic. She got hooked on that lean, on that syrup, and next thing you know, he left her, and she went into the streets, y'all. She's selling her body. Okay, can you imagine? You were first lady sitting in the front pew, and now you on the corner is selling yourself. Okay, so this is what he saw. So she was not a good representation as the mother, and so he lived with his grandmother. His grandmother was no nonsense. He had a very good relationship with his grandmother. She could cook, he talk about that and everything. But that's the closest that he's come to actually loving a woman, okay? And that was his grandmother. And so with him living with his grandmother, he was raised close with his cousins. His cousin Roland be wilding out. He doesn't do right with his wife. Not his wife. Well, he wasn't his wife at the time, but he doesn't do right with his girl. She got a kid by him. She's sticking by him. She going through all the drama with him. That type of relationship, okay? And his cousin's brother gets killed, okay? And it sets off the whole premise for the rest of the book, okay? Because it's like, who murdered him? We about to get them. We ain't trying to let this go. And he definitely wasn't trying to let it go. Okay. Then it got to be a part where it got really personal because they shot up his aunt's house, and his aunt survived, but she got shot several times. And so now they out for blood. Okay. So wow. He has his own little things that he do on the side to make money, and one of the things that he does is sell lean, okay? So he got a distributor. The distributor is trying to get over, he's stupid. He's trying to get over on Wow, even though he know that Wow is not the one. He's still trying to get over on him. Wow is telling him, basically, you better have my money. You better have my money. Well, it goes in one ear and out the other, and one thing turns to another, and Wow is like, okay, I'm about to handle him. So in comes this girl who is beautiful, sexy, got a nice shape. Her name is Wanda Sutton. Okay, now these names, y'all, I'm just like, okay, what? So her name is Wanda Sutton, okay, and she details cars, y'all, and apparently she's got the gift. So can't nobody wrap a car like her. People can't believe that it's a female wrapping a car, but they're not really trying to give her business because she a female, okay? Now, how they meet, okay, is Wow goes to handle the dude who's been, not doing right with his paper. And she has a bad habit of drinking lean. I'm not going to tell you what happens that causes her to go that route, but she has something to happen, and she's traumatized by it, and she's numbing it by sipping on syrup, okay? Now, as you all know, I'm not promoting drugs. I say no to drugs, say no to alcohol, but it is addictive, right? That's why they call it spirits. And she gets addicted to it, okay? Even though she's not even that type of girl. So long story short, Wild goes to take care of the dude, and she witnessed him often unliving the dude. Okay? And she's going there to go get some more syrup, and she walks in at the wrong place at the wrong time. And fast forward, because I'm not going to spoil it for you, but I want to make it juicy enough for you to give this girl her props, because it is a 4-star. A 4-star as far as I'm concerned. So he blackmails her. Okay. He forces her to hold that gun, or he was going to blow her away. And then he blackmails her because he finds out that her ex, who he can't stand, either did or had something to do with his cousin being murdered. Okay? So he tells her, you gonna pretend that I'm your man so that I can make your ex jealous. Otherwise, you going to jail for murder. And it starts out, as you know, as she can't stand him, he can't stand her, until they no longer feel that way. And I'm telling you, it is a wow, spicy, steaming hot, juicy read. Okay? So that is Till I Say When by Natisha. I think it's Natisha Rayner. Okay? The next and last book that I actually read is the book that I have here that I showed you guys in my last video. This is by Natasha Bishop. Okay? It's called Only for the Weak. And I'm currently listening to The Art of War, which, can I be honest on here? I ain't necessarily feeling it right now. But I'm going to wait. I'm going to hold it because it may get better. But right now, I'm not really feeling it. I think it is a little depressing, but I think it's supposed to be depressing. And I don't know if I want to be depressed in summertime. That's like a after holidays type emotion that you want to release. But anyway, this is Only for the Weak. And I absolutely like this book. I'm not going to say 5 stars, but I am going to give it 4. Okay. This is book 1. There's 2 books. It's from the Forever Fallen series. Y'all, I have to keep it in here because otherwise I'll get off track. But it takes place in Tulum. And y'all, I want to go to Tulum. I've heard so many nice things about Tulum. My husband has a co-worker that he worked with. They always went to Tulum. So I want to get over to Tulum, Mexico one of these days just to see for myself. But they have this book set up as a destination wedding. Okay. And so with the wedding, it's really about 2 sisters. Okay. So I'm not going to spoil it for you. If you haven't already read it. If you read it, you know what I'm talking about. But the wedding takes place in Tulum. Like I said, it's a destination wedding. And the sister is the maid of honor. Her name is Janelle. Janelle Cross to be exact. And she used to be with the groom to be. Okay, so the groom to be used to be her man. All right. And he is now marrying her younger sister, which, y'all, she got on my nerves practically the entire book. For one, she's spoiled rotten. She's an attention seeker, a hogger, okay? And yeah, just really bratty, and it's all about me, and you know, this, that, and the other. And I know when you get married, you feel that way, but I kind of feel like and sense that she's been like this from the womb, okay? The book don't even start from there. But just certain things that she was doing was just irking my nerves. So the best man, okay, who she already is familiar with, his name is Rome, okay, Rome Martin. Well, they have a forbidden hookup, secretly, I shouldn't say forbidden, is secretly being done while they are in Tulum, okay? And no one knows. Her parents, especially her mom, thinks that she's still hooked on the groom, and she's not. And it causes a whirlwind of confusion and feelings being thrown here and there and words being said. Y'all, I'm telling you, it is good. It is very keeps you very engaged is what I liked about it, between the relationship that is developed between Janelle and Rome. Y'all, is just a beautiful thing. It was nicely written. It's spicy, but not sizzling hot. But it's just enough spice to keep you interested, to keep you smiling. You're like, why am I smiling? You know, you ever read a book and you just sitting up there grinning? Sometimes my husband will come in the room and he'll say, why are you grinning? Like that. And I'll be like, so anyway, though, it is good. It starts from the stolen kiss moment and they just get spicier and spicier. It is a good read, y'all. I don't know if the art of I think I'm calling it right. The Art of War is the book 2. I sort of went into it thinking that it was supposed to be book 2, but I don't know, to be honest with you, because I kind of get the vibe that it has nothing to do with nothing that I just read in only for the week. So we'll see, and I'll get back with you on that. I have one more book that I need to talk to you guys about, but I don't want to rush it, and I really got to get out of here. I got to stop doing these videos in the morning. It is 8 o'clock, and I have to be at work at 8:30. So yes, Sister Girl, you know, I'm HR, and I got to be on the scene. So I thank you for watching. Thank you again to my new subscribers, and I will be back. Hopefully, I'm not going to say I am. I'll be back hopefully on a Sunday where I can take my time and talk to you guys on my next video, which should be on Sunday at 5 p.m. And until the next chapter, peace and blessings.